Good morning, everybody. Wednesday, November 7th, early in the morning here. You guys still get me in my sweats, but we got some midterms to discuss before we go ahead and move forward. So, what a day yesterday. Drama fest, man. Not gonna lie, and this is something I'm gonna talk about in an upcoming video here, but I am much more into politics and have a much different view on politics than I did years ago, but parts of me are still averse to the process because of just how drama-filled, how dividing it all is. Left wing, right wing, sore winners, sore losers, just everywhere, you know. But so that being said, a lot of yesterday I was just kind of off Twitter. Twitter was kind of a shit show, and waited really till the outcome and the results started pouring in later in the day. Then I started following along with it, and there was fear and worry just everywhere. Everybody was scared. Everybody was worried. And that's not good, guys. You know, especially with events like this, really maintain your cool. Like we've continuously been reiterated to, we've been told, as we very well know, when you're in that emotionally reactive state, that shuts down the critical thinking centers of your brain. You're not responsive, you're reactive. Two very different things. So calm down with that fear, guys. Take a big, deep, diaphragmatic breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Do that for a couple minutes. Then look at the picture again. Now, a lot of people also began thinking that the Republicans lost. Bad news for the country. Bunch of, don't know where it's going to go from here. Oh my gosh, the Republicans didn't win the House. Oh my gosh, that means Q is outed, Q is fake. And I don't know, there was just so much stuff all over the place last night. I'm going to tell you guys how if you follow me on Twitter, if you don't follow me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter, Instagram as well, Facebook. Links will be down below. But if you follow me on Twitter, you started seeing my thought process through it all. And I was like, actually the way this is all turning out, it looks perfectly to plan. Perfectly to plan. I'm going to read I'm going to paraphrase here, a quick little analysis that I found on Twitter this morning, retweeted it again. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw this probably. I'm going to paraphrase it here because this is a fantastic analysis. Basically says that with the Senate, now the Senate was a gain for Donald Trump and basically the ability to get people on board with his agenda. The Senate was a win. Right here it says, when all midterm election results are certified, Trump will likely have 55 seats. That's plus 4 from 51, so 4 gained from just a few days ago. But in terms of 2 years ago, in terms of 2016, when Trump was elected president, it's actually plus 7 because we had 3 GOP members back then, such as McCain and a couple of other people who lost this round, who were basically anti-Trump, anti-MAGA. They were deep state controlled, basically called themselves Republicans, acted like Democrats. Again, two sides of the same bird, really. But so actually, it's a gain, definite gain in the Senate. And remember, the Senate has only 100 people in it, as opposed to, 535 in the House. Senate has much more power, 6-year terms, and much, much more power in the Senate. That's what we wanted, and that's what we got, okay? Now, when it comes to the House, let's talk about that. Republicans lost control of the House, Democrats took it over. When it comes to the House, I think of it this way, if Republicans had taken control of the House as well, and it was just a complete red wave, red tsunami, whatever, that people wanted, people were somewhat expecting, would that have been good for the optics, as they say, Would that have been good for that? Would have sure busted some people's heads. Like, maybe, would there have been riots in the streets? And not only that, but you already know if the Reds, the Republicans, would have taken control of Senate and House, that the high-level Democrat officials, man, they would have been like livid, bloodthirsty, already calling for impeachment. I mean, it just wouldn't have been helpful, right? Why not let the Democrats take control of the House? So then that will placate them a little bit. They'll be a little apathetic. They'll think they're, getting ahead of the game. But guess what comes next? FISA. It's always been there. A couple weeks ago, Donald Trump said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till after the midterm elections to drop FISA. There you go. So it doesn't matter who takes the House. In fact, this is kind of better because it lets things simmer a little bit, and then boom, FISA can drop. So there you go. Why are you worried? Why are you scared? That was always there. Again, logical thinking. When you're emotionally reactive, when you're in a fear state, you'll only take a couple pieces of information, usually just what's right in front of you, and then your mind runs with that. You start making up some sort of situation in your head that's not reality. When you're chill, when you're relaxed, you can take in more information and find a clearer perspective through the nonsense. So where do we go forward from here? FISA. What has Q been saying for a few months now? FISA brings down the House. Oh, future-proving past, eh? Interesting. Double meanings exist as well. FISA brings down the House. It's as if somehow, some way, they expected, or they knew, or this was some sort of contingency plan being FISA. Oh yeah, let the Democrats take control of the House. Whatever, we'll just drop FISA on their ass and declassify it, right? And then special elections will take place, and then boom, there you go. So, not concerned. Speaking of Q future-proving past type stuff, I found this very intriguing. Doing a little bit of digging last night, trying to, again, get off Twitter just for a minute. As per Q, now I just mentioned, Q has been reiterating FISA brings down the House for a little while now. 1 year ago, this was November 5th, 2017, 1 week into Q's posts. And remember, that first few weeks, even month or two of Q posting, there was a lot of very vague, cryptic statements that left a lot of anons, a lot of people scratching their heads like, what exactly does this mean? Well, a year later, future-proving past, we're getting a lot clearer of a picture as to what exactly many of those statements meant. On November 5th, 2017, one of those lines and one of those drops said, elections Tuesday no longer matter at this stage. Again, reading that a year ago, you're like, what the heck? But reading it now, a year ago, you're like, wow, a lot of these posts from exactly a year ago might have been for us now to reference, to, again, see things clearly. Bring some more dots into that picture. Elections Tuesday no longer matter at this stage. Could have been referencing now, right? Why do they no longer matter? Well, could have been that the alliance, the white hats, what have you, knew that the Senate was on lock, didn't really care about the House, and they knew that they had FISA. They knew they were going to have FISA. They were going to have something there waiting to drop if need be. So elections Tuesday no longer matter at this stage. 1 month ago, this was October 2nd, 5 weeks ago-ish, Q posted in a drop the numbers 53 to 47, 53-47. Very vague. Again, there was no context given in this drop. It was just 53-47Q. Now, at that time, remember, we had now Justice Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing. A lot of people thought that 53 to 47 was going to be the Senate confirmation vote for Justice Kavanaugh, just because it was time context. It was around that time frame. But that is not what Kavanaugh's vote ended up being. It was not 53 to 47. And again, Q gave no context about that. So, what if that 53 to 47 was actually a foreknowledge, a little hint there, Q telling us what the Senate was going to turn out as? Now, I'm not exactly sure of the Senate numbers right now. Some are saying 55 GOP Senate seats. I saw on a breaking 911 breaking news Twitter, had a verification stamp, looked legit, at least superficially. It said the Senate number was 53-47. midterm elections last night, right? So, I don't know. I found that interesting. Could have been a piece of foreknowledge, as if Q knew what the Senate turnout was going to be. But granted, would Q know that in regards to a Senate election? I don't think so. Could have just been something coincidental. Meh, meh. And then, again, continuously Q says FISA brings down the House. So what I'm painting here is, you got to understand, we are dealing, as Q dropped last night, we'll talk about late Q drops last night in a sec here, military planning at its finest. Military planning at its finest. We're dealing with some of the highest trained, brilliant freaking individuals that think 4D, 5D, 15D, 17D. And, you know, they've got contingency plans for their contingency plans, plan A, B, C, D, E. You know, it's not something to really concern yourself with, as if we are going to know far more than they do, right? I mean, the point is right now that they know, and we're trying to piece it all together. They're feeding us through Q, through the media, little bits, little pieces of the puzzle, and it's up to us citizen journalists or digital soldiers, to take that, form the picture, make YouTube videos and Twitter posts and blah, 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 and inform the citizenry. So, military planning at its finest. Faith, guys. Faith. Word of the day after yesterday. Faith. Because I saw a lot of people start to lose faith yesterday really quick. Really freaking quick. With really nothing. Nothing that should have made them lose faith, but they did. So that's sad, actually. That's really sad. Because a lot of people out there, they're, you know, very, very timid, very scared. And we can't have that right now. So faith. Faith in the people who are behind the scenes, the Alliance, the White Hats, Q, the Patriots. They know what they're doing. They're very damn good at what they're doing. And they're not going to let us down. So let's not let them down. Keep our cool. Yeah, not going to stop believing now, somebody said. There you go. Some people were trying to say, oh, Q's a fake, Q's a fraud, the Republicans didn't win the House, that automatically means Q's a fake. Nope. More faith than ever. More faith than ever. We keep going forward. So let's talk about some of these Q's posts here. We got what we needed. Post 2444. How about those synchronicities lately? Been crazy. I've been seeing triple numbers everywhere. 777, 444. Anyway, we got what we needed. Twitter linked DJT here and Donald Trump's tweet. You know, one of these days, I'm going to set up OBS and do these live streams. They're really easy and great to do on a phone. But I'm going to do these live streams with OBS and set it up with, you know, a live ticker over here, live chats and screen capture so you guys can see all that. Make it easier, clearer. But anyway, Donald Trump on his tweet last night said, there's only been 5 times in the last 105 years that an incumbent president has won Senate seats in the off-year election. And this was a quote from somebody that Donald Trump was referencing. Trump has a magic about him. That's funny. I was talking about Q being magic in my tweet yesterday. This guy has magic coming out of his ears and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, basically, we got what we needed. That's what Q said. Thank you, Patriots. Senate means everything. There you go. Senate is far more important. Like I mentioned earlier, Senate has 6-year terms. House has 2-year terms. House only has 2-year terms. What's going to happen in 2020? Wow, the House is up again. And shoot, what's going to happen until 2020? Who knows? It's going to be a landslide. Military planned. Everything that happened has no effect regarding ongoing investigations. Ongoing investigations of the House members, of foundations, of the FBI, the DOJ. Again, nothing affected. Team is stronger. Team is stronger. There you go. Next post, 2445. This is where I'll drop late last night, way after my bedtime. 9 o'clock. This one at 11 o'clock. Do you believe in coincidences? Which 2 House members ran the investigations regarding the Department of Justice and the FBI? Then Q talks about Trey Gowdy and Goodlatte. Trey Gowdy, what role did he play regarding House investigations? House Oversight and Government Reform Committee Chairman. That was Trey Gowdy. Goodlatte, what role did he play regarding House investigations? House Judiciary chairman. Wow. Trust Grassley, Q says. Trust Grassley. I do. If you guys saw a couple of my previous videos really regarding secret space program and Pentagon audit information, I was actually going into a little bit of information regarding Chuck Grassley. He's been there for decades. He's really been trying to sound the alarm on waste through the DoD, how much money is laundered out of there. So Grassley has everything to do with what we're going to learn in regards to the missing Pentagon money, you know, and Grassley, I'm sure, is instrumental in this alliance. Again, all these dots are starting to connect. Might call me crazy for my secret space program research, but by golly gee, Q's mentioned space programs outside the public domain, and actually back in May, Q linked an article that was talking a little bit about me, and it said secret space programs. So is it so crazy? Is it so crazy? Not so much. Grassley, trust him, I do. Senate Judiciary Chairman, House of Cards. FISA brings down the House. Double meanings, triple meanings. Military planning at its finest. And our very last Q post, Senate was the target. 2446, about 11 p.m. What's this tweet? Linked from Trump. Oh, it's the one I just read. Oh, I read the wrong one earlier. Senate was the target. Corker and Flake removed, like we were mentioning earlier. Some people were out of the Senate. Actually, it was in this Anon post I was reading, the people that were removed out of the Senate were from border states. Wow, that's good, right? Border states are important. A lot of trafficking rat lines there the deep state uses. So, very good. How do you catch a fish, Q says? They're slippery, aren't they? They're slippery. They can't get him in your hands. You got to corner them. You got to corner that fish and then put it in the net, right? Mission forward. I mean, there could be like double, triple meanings that I'm not even gathering with that fish statement yet. Fish is all capitalized. So, I don't know. I'm just reading this, evaluating it as I'm talking to you guys. How do you catch a fish? Mission forward. These people are stupid. Mission forward. That's it. So what is the mission forward? Catch a fish with a hook. Bait. There you go, guys. I'm not a fisherman, as you can tell. Bait them. So like I was mentioning earlier, and that makes sense, right? Because bait. Give them the house. Give them the house. That's okay. Let them think they got to win. Let them think they're... Because if you let the enemy think they're getting a win, what does that do? It pacifies them a little bit. They're like, okay, if Republicans, just like I was mentioning a few minutes ago, got the House and the Senate, these deep staters would be out for blood. They'd be out for blood right now. Wouldn't be good. So let them pacify a little bit, and then boom. So you bait them. And these people are really dumb. Mission forward, like we were mentioning, FISA ASAP. Let's also talk about what we are expecting in the coming weeks, right? FISA. I think FISA will happen before December, maybe within even a week or two. We also have Donald Trump and Putin meeting on 11/11 in Helsinki, Finland. Wow. Oh, what are we going to learn there? What are they going to say? Very interested to see the outcome of that. And not only that, but November 15th or 16th, we're supposed to be learning about the Pentagon audit. If you guys caught my video a couple days ago, I was talking about the Pentagon audit. I was going into this. 15th, 16th, one of those days, we should be learning about the outcome of this Pentagon audit. That's the very first audit ever that was announced a year ago that's really been quiet. It's really been under the radar for the past year. We're supposed to be learning about that. Intriguing. So, I think that's all within the next week. Trump, Pentagon audit announcement. We'll see when FISA comes. We don't know for sure, but soon, I do feel. And then 2018, still 2018. We still have nearly 2 months left. 7 weeks. A lot can happen in 7 weeks. That's for sure. So that's that, guys. Midterm election outcome, I think, was not too bad. Somebody mentioned JFK's anniversary. Yeah, 11/22. That would be intriguing if FISA dropped then, right? 11/22, 11/11, just a big, energetically significant, astrologically significant day right there. So, again, be intrigued with what comes of that. So, there you go, guys. I'm happy. Hope you're happy. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all. What is it? Wednesday? We'll see what happens by the weekend. Have a great one, guys. That's it for this. I'll be checking back in a little later today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, supporting. Make sure you go hit that little notification bell up in the little subscribe thing up there. I know my videos are unnotifying people, unchecking that box for them. Make sure you do get the notifications so you can come on in here when I go live. And again, a lot of fun stuff coming. A lot of very fun stuff coming. Love you all.